So in previous class, we discussed about AM and FM transmitters, AM receivers and FM receivers. And in this class, I'm going to explain you about the frequency stability in FM transmitter and how can we achieve the frequency stability. And also I'm going to explain you about what is the difference between the stability and the drift. And also I'm going to explain you about amplitude limiters. Okay. So first, what is the frequency stability? So we know that we have a block which is included in the transmitter and receiver, that is a crystal oscillator, and it is also called a reference oscillator or also called a local oscillator or synthesizer. And this oscillator produce the stable frequency over a span of time. Over a span of time. For example, if any variations occurred or in the operating range, the operating voltage or the temperature variations or the time variations, whatever the variations occurred at the input of this oscillator, it should not maintain the stable frequency at the output. Means here the frequency will be varied and the frequency variation will be called drift. Drift means here the variations in the oscillator frequency which are called drift, and this drift decides the overall frequency stability of the transmitter or the receiver. So by using a drift parameter, so we can analyze the overall frequency stability of a transmitter or a receiver. So due to these variations, we have the undesired frequencies at the output, or the frequency will be continuously changed. Okay, and this drift will be expressed in parts per million. So here the frequency stability will be expressed in parts per million. So this is a unit to express the frequency stability or the drift. For example, if the crystal oscillator having the output frequency of 1 megahertz and it has the frequency stability of 5 ppm. 5 ppm means every 1 megahertz frequency, there is a change of 5 hertz frequency. There is the variations, frequency variations of 5 hertz for 1 megahertz frequency. Means for crystal oscillator stability for 1 megahertz frequency, there is a slight variations in the frequency that is up to 5 hertz. 5 hertz, which is very small, that is 0.0005, we can express. Okay, so like that. So this is a parameter or unit to express the frequency stability or the drift. And this frequency stability may be a short-term frequency stability or the long-term frequency stability. In short-term frequency stability means the radio frequency, the stability of the radio frequency system for the shorter period of time. It is usually per a day we can express. For example, the frequency stability will be 0.001 ppm per day. Means every 0 degrees to 5 degrees centigrade rise in temperature. So it will be 0.001 ppm per day. And the long-term frequency stability refers the stability of the radio frequency system for the longer period of time. It will be expressed over a period of over a year. It is a long-term frequency stability. So we can express the long-term frequency stability will be 0.1 ppm per year. 1 ppm per year. So this is about the frequency stability. So we know that the crystal oscillator should maintain the frequency stability, okay, in the transmitter or in the receiver. But in ideal world, an oscillator will transmit the desired frequency without a deviation. But in practically, we have the frequency drift problem. We have a real problem in the applications that is called frequency drift. So here, no device in the world is ideal. We know that. Here, there are number of factors can cause the oscillator to deviate from the fixed frequency or or from the correct frequency. So there are number of factors that affects the crystal oscillator frequency. So these parameters for example, if we reduce these effects, we can improve the frequency stability. We can improve the frequency stability. So first you have to understand the difference between the stability and the drift. Stability means it is nothing but the ability of the oscillator to maintain fixed frequency over a span of time, over a given span of time. What is stability? Stability is nothing but, stability of oscillator is nothing but maintaining the fixed frequency over a given span of time. But an oscillator will, but practically the oscillator doesn't maintain the stable frequency. So means it lost the stability. It lost the stability. So that lost the stability in crystal oscillators will be expressed as a drift. Will be expressed as a drift. That means loss of stability of a crystal oscillator will be expressed as a drift. This drift means which can degrade the performance, which degrade the performance, and also it is depending on the application, and it is also depending on the application. So drift is used to describe the changes in the accuracy of the signal over the time. So because of this drift, because of this instability in the frequency, so the accuracy of the signal will be changed, and also the some parameters that affects the crystal oscillator frequency stability. What are those factors that affects the frequency stability? Those are the environmental factors. Environmental factors means humidity, heat, and temperature. So these are the parameters that affects the stability, frequency stability of the crystal oscillator. And also because of these factors like temperature, humidity, and heat, some components like resistors, inductors, and capacitors, they can alter their values due to these variations, due to these variations. So because of these factors, we have the frequency is unstable at the output. Means we are lasting the frequency stability in the crystal oscillator. And also one of the main problem is the aging of the devices, or also the aging of the components. For example, if an oscillator will be used for years, will be used for the years, so we have the drift begin to appear, and we can detect this drift. It could continue going on for a long time, so we can observe this drift. Okay, so aging of the components or also aging of the devices also cause the drift. Means these all parameters, because of these all parameters, we can last the stability in the crystal oscillator. So what we are going to do to achieve the stability, so what we have to do? So here you may observe. So what are the solutions to achieve or to maintain the stability in the crystal oscillator? So we know that in this world, no device or no component will be ideal, and here the oscillator will not perfect, and the oscillator completely acts as a perfect crystal oscillator. means it remains 100% stable at all times. So what we have to do here, we are going to take some steps to improve the stability and minimizing the effects of drift. So improving the stability means we are minimizing the effects of drift. Okay, so what we have to use of swamping capacitors and the regulator power supplies. So these components will reduce the effect of drift and maintains the stability in the frequency. And also what we have to do, we have to minimize these mechanical vibrations. Mechanical vibrations, how these mechanical vibrations will be occurred, these mechanical vibrations will be occurred due to the temperature variations. Due to the temperature variations, the operating voltage at the input of the crystal oscillator will be changed. So because of that operating voltage, it will affect the stability, this will affect the frequency stability at its output. So this is the best way to maintain the stability in crystal oscillator is to minimize the drift. To minimize the drift, what we have to do, we have to control the temperature variations, or we have to compensate that ambient temperature variations. So for the compensation, we have to use for the compensation, we have to use these crystal oscillators. And these crystal oscillators, what are those? Temperature compensated and woven controlled crystal oscillators. Temperature compensated and woven controlled crystal oscillators much produce the stable frequencies. Means these crystal oscillator will maintain the temperature variations and also the ambient temperatures. Okay, so because of these crystal oscillators, we will get the stability in the frequency. Okay, so this is all about the frequency stability in the FM transmitter, and we can achieve this frequency stability by using a temperature compensated and woven controlled crystal oscillator. So this woven controlled crystal oscillator will reduce the effect of temperature variations, or it compensate the ambient temperature variations. Okay, so if you use these crystal oscillators, so we can maintain the stable frequency at the output. At the output. So this is the frequency stability in the FM or transmitter. So frequency stability means the variations of the variations in the frequency due to the temperatures variations, are the changing in the operating voltage of the crystal oscillator. So these parameters can change the frequency stability at the output of crystal oscillator, and this is called a frequency drift, and it will be expressed in parts per million. It will be expressed in parts per million. And we have another one is that is amplitude limiter in the FM receiver. So we know that block diagram of the FM receiver, we have a limiter block. So that is called an amplitude limiter. Amplitude limiter. So why we have to use this amplitude limiter? We know that any variations in the amplitude of the modulating signal that cause the variations in the frequency, so if due to the noise, if we have any amplitude variations, that amplitude variations will affect the frequency modulated signal, that affects the frequency modulated signal. So here we have to use a limiter. Here that limiter is a form of clipping device, and this output remains constant if the changes in the input signal, amplitude, but it maintains the constant frequency to the certain range. to the certain range. So here we have to generally we are going to use here a leak type amplitude limiter. So here the parallel the leak type bias will be applied by RGCG and parallel combination, and CN is the neutralized capacitor. It will be used for the high frequency operation in the FM. We know that FM can be operated over the high frequency and ultra high frequency ranges. And these are the transfer characteristic curve for the above diagram, and it will maintain the constant output due to the variations in the input amplitude variations in the input signal. It will maintain the constant output in the amplitude and the frequency also. Okay, so these are the characteristics. And so one method is to get the limiting, amplitude limiting by using a leak bias. So that is the FET circuit we discussed. And also some limiting we can be achieved by using this process. Means if that limiting is insufficient, so you have to go through this early saturation. How can we achieve this early saturation? By means of a low drain supply voltage. Low drain supply voltage, we have to consider a drain dropping resistor at the drain of that FET. So because of this early saturation, we can limit the amplitude. This is the transfer characteristic curve between the input voltage and output voltage. So if we have the input voltage will be varied and output amplitude will be constant between the 0.4 volts to 4 volts. So this is the circuit to achieve the amplitude limiting. And we have another one, double limiting also we can get. Double limiter also we can get by using a cascading stage of the limiter circuits. By using these we can get the double limiter. So here the range will be 0.6 volts to the 20 volts. When the input is varied in between 0.6 volts to 20 volts, we can get the output, it will be constant at 5 volts between these ranges. This is about a double limiter and the single limiter. Okay, so this is called limiting the threshold voltage. This is the starting point and this is the ending point. And the starting point will be called the threshold limiting. So here the limiting has now begun at 0.4 volts. At input 0.4 volts, what is the output at 0.2? At 0.2, here the limitation will be started. That 0.2 is called the threshold of limiting. And 2 to 4, it maintains the constant output when the input changes. When the input is continuously changes, but the output will be maintained constant. Okay, so this is all about the amplitude limiters. So amplitude limiters we used in FM receivers to maintain the constant amplitude. If we have any frequency variations or in the amplitude variations, but it will maintain the constant, or it will produce the constant output over a span of time. Okay, so how can we achieve? By using an amplitude limiter. And for an amplitude limiter, the bandwidth also very high. Means if the range of frequencies will be increases, the bandwidth also increases. Okay, so this is all about the frequency stability in the FM transmitter, and also the amplitude limiters in the FM receiver.